Welcome back, cyber warriors, to another episode of The Daily Threat, your go-to source for all things cybersecurity. We have a trio of stories that should make every business and individual sit up and take notice. We'll dive deep into the attacks, the attackers' methods, and most importantly, what you can do to protect yourself and your organization. But before we start, a quick reminder to subscribe to The Daily Threat and stay ahead of the ever-evolving cyber threat landscape. This episode is proudly brought to you by QIT Solutions. Our first story today takes us to the realm of deception and social engineering. Attackers have been getting creative lately. In a recent report from Bleeping Computer, we learn about an alarming campaign involving fake Cisco Webex Google ads. These ads are not what they seem. They're abusing tracking templates to push malware onto unsuspecting victims. These fraudulent ads appear to be legitimate at first glance, but behind the scenes, they lead users to malicious websites that ultimately deliver malware payloads. Now, let's dig into the specifics of this attack. The attackers have gone to great lengths to mimic the look and feel of genuine Cisco Webex ads. They exploit Google's AdWords platform to display these malicious ads prominently in search results. Unsuspecting users who click on these ads are redirected to a malicious website. The attackers leverage tracking templates to obfuscate their malicious intent, making it challenging for security systems to detect and block them. So, how did these attackers manage to get their fake ads past Google's defenses? Well, they employed clever tactics to stay under the radar. They registered domain names that closely resembled legitimate Cisco Webex URLs and used HTTPS to create the illusion of security. Additionally, they employed evasion techniques, such as IP rotation, to avoid detection. The risks here are significant. Businesses relying on Cisco Webex for virtual meetings and collaborations may unknowingly expose themselves to malware. If an employee clicks on one of these fake ads, it could lead to a compromise of sensitive corporate data, financial losses, and damage to the company's reputation. So, what can you do to protect yourself and your organization from such devious tactics? First, always verify the legitimacy of ads before clicking on them. Look for subtle signs of deception in the URL and web address. Secondly, consider deploying ad blockers and security plugins in your web browsers. These can help weed out malicious ads. Now, let's shift our focus to a troubling incident that has hit close to home for many. Several upstate New York hospitals have fallen victim to a ransomware attack. The consequences are far-reaching, affecting patient care, operations, and data security. In this attack, ransomware operators gained access to hospital networks and encrypted critical data, demanding a hefty ransom for its release. The affected hospitals were forced to shut down many of their services, including surgeries and emergency care, as they grappled with the attack. The question we all want answers to is, how did these attackers manage to infiltrate highly sensitive healthcare systems? Initial reports suggest that the attackers may have exploited vulnerabilities in the hospital's networks or employed phishing emails to gain a foothold. The risks associated with healthcare sector breaches are especially alarming. Patients' sensitive medical records and personal information could be exposed, leading to identity theft and fraud. Moreover, the disruption of medical services during such attacks can have life-threatening consequences. To mitigate the risk of ransomware attacks, hospitals and healthcare institutions must prioritize cybersecurity. Regularly update and patch systems, conduct employee training to recognize phishing attempts, and maintain up-to-date backups of critical data. Implementing robust intrusion detection and prevention systems is also crucial. Our final story today centers on a critical vulnerability in Enable's Take Control agent, which has the potential to wreak havoc in IT support and managed service provider (MSP) environments. According to reports from the Hacker News, this vulnerability allows attackers to execute arbitrary code with system-level privileges. In essence, it provides an open door to the heart of the targeted systems. As for how attackers could potentially exploit this vulnerability, the details are still emerging. However, it's essential to remember that when critical software vulnerabilities are disclosed, attackers often move swiftly to take advantage of them. The risks posed by this vulnerability are substantial, particularly for MSPs and IT support companies that rely on Enable's Take Control agent. If exploited, it could allow attackers to gain unauthorized access to customer systems, steal sensitive data, and potentially deploy further attacks. For IT support professionals and MSPs, it's crucial to stay informed about vulnerabilities affecting the tools you use. Regularly monitor security advisories and apply patches promptly. Additionally, consider implementing multi-factor authentication (MFA) for all critical systems and conducting regular security assessments. These stories remind us that the cyber threat landscape is as dynamic as ever, with attackers constantly evolving their tactics. But knowledge is power, and by staying informed and adopting best practices, you can fortify your defenses. Remember, the Daily Threat is here to keep you updated and informed about the latest cybersecurity challenges. Don't forget to subscribe so that you never miss an episode. We'd like to thank our sponsor, QIT Solutions, for making this show possible. Stay vigilant, stay secure, and we'll see you next time on the Daily Threat. Stay safe out there.